Hey guys, MasterCode here. Today we are doing a Let's Play of Turnabout Adoption. Odd kind of name, don't you think? No, this is not a new spin-off to the Ace Attorney series, but this is actually a free game from the Ask Motherly Scootaloo Tumblr. It is a free game that was made by the creator of the Tumblr. I won't spoil too much, but I will say that this is a very good Tumblr and I highly recommend checking it out. That's Ask Motherly Scootaloo. Now, let's get started. My Little Pony Friendship of Magic is copyright of Hasbro. Yep. This game does not have to be sold or make profit of any kind. Alright, here we go. Human in Equestria! These files don't make much sense. I must have read through them twice now and just something seems off. Perhaps if I had more time to prepare, I could research them more thoroughly. But as is, Warren just had to call me early this morning. Hello? It must be important if he was the one to call me. Well, he didn't exactly give me much time to prepare. Excuse me, are you Phoenix, right? But he said he would have all the information I would need to win, so I guess I'll just have to trust him. He hasn't steered me wrong before. Hey, are you listening? Ah! Oh good, seems like I finally got your attention. Are you Phoenix, right? Oh, yes I am, and you are? It's me, Sandy Hooves. Warden said you'd be handling the case for me. Yes, Warden called me this morning, actually. He said he was calling in a favor I owed him. He handed me some new files when I got here, and I got going through them ever since. Well, you probably won't want to defend me in this case. What? How come? I've been looking for an attorney to represent me now for months. But the moment they found out who the prosecutor is going to be, they declined me immediately. Oh, wait. Oh, I think I know who the prosecutor is. It happens every time. They decline? Who could possibly be the prosecutor? Her name is... Francesca von yes! Von Karma! Yeah, that's the look everyone gives me right before they decline to defend me. I can understand why. Von Karma prides herself on perfection. She's very good at what she does, and she's only ever lost a small handful of cases. I beat her every single time. So basically it's hopeless. It's fine. Even if you do decline to defend me, I'm still going to try. I've been studying for weeks now under the assumption I'd have to defend this case myself. There's just one thing you should know. What's that? All those cases Von Karma lost. She lost them to... There you go, Phoenix. Hmm? You mean... I still plan to represent you, Miss Hooves, and together we'll prove Scootaloo's innocence. Thank you, Mr. Wright. I don't know what I would do without you. Hmm? Wait. What do you mean, Scootaloo's? Court is now in session. Everyone take your places. Oh, that's us. Come on, Sandy. Oh, right. Alright, this is cool. We got Von Karma as the prosecutor. Let's see how this goes. Yes.
Court is now in session for the trial of Scootaloo. Is the prosecution ready?
Let's see if we meet again, Phoenix. Von Karma! Are you ready to lose this trial, Phoenix? You may have bested me in most of our cases, but this time, the evidence is perfect. Oh god, their design is perfect. I did not miss a single clue, We'll see about that! If there really are no contradictions, then there's nothing I can do. I'm glad to see you've understand. So why not just give up and let me win now? Because you have to prove to me there are no contradictions, Francesca. prove that, you win. If you don't, then I will expose them. Tisk so confident. Very well, I'll beat you down with the facts in the name of one Kammer.
Is the prosecution ready?
The prosecution is ready.
Very well. Is the defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Phoenix, what did the judge mean by the trial of Scootaloo? Isn't this just a custody case? Well, that's part of it. Part? I'll be giving my opening statements now.
Miss Von Kammer, we've talked about— Oh!
You were saying?
Right, your opening statement, please.
Better. The prosecution is here to prove two things today. That Scootaloo is not only unfit to be the mother of her child, that she also has committed murder. Whoa, what? Wow. What? We have decisive evidence proving that she is a murderer. And because she is a murderer, she is unfit to be a mother. The defense stands no chance at disproving this. Oh, there's that bell. What are you talking about? Murder? This is a custody case. Scootaloo would never kill another pony. Ever. Ah! You would do well to keep your mouth shut. I said we have decisive evidence. We could not make such a bold claim otherwise. Sandy, you should hold back your outburst. But this is a travesty. I haven't heard a thing about a murder case for as long as I've been studying to defend Scootaloo. Myself. You could have ended that sentence so much better. Anyway. You can't just taint a type of trial like that. Sandy, maybe you got the wrong information, but this has always been a murder trial. The paperwork says so. No, that can't be. That can't be right. Just let me handle this, okay? I'm always right. I'm certain I'll be able to prove her innocence, so let's get all the facts we can. I shall come to my first witness now. Who's it gonna be?
Go right ahead. Please don't whip me again.
The prosecution calls Ponyville's Chief Marshal Officer Warden. Hello, Warden. State your name and occupation.
The name's Warren. I'm in charge of public safety in Ponyville.
On the day of the murder, you were organizing the search for Scootaloo, correct?
Yes.
Tell us the events on that day.
Scootaloo was returned to the hospital by one John Smith at 8:15.
Discorded hooves.
We then sent the Mr. Pegasi to gather up the ponies, still searching for her. All the ponies but the victim returned at 9 a.m. The victim was then found dead in the Everfree Forest at 10:10 a.m., killed by one bullet to the head, though the gun was fired twice. Here's the autopsy report on the victim.
Time of death, April 5th, 7:30 a.m. Cause of death, single bullet to the head. Autopsy added to the court record. When did the search begin?
I received word of it at 5:30 a.m. when the hospital discovered Scootaloo had gone missing. I had gathered a search team and the search began around 6 a.m.
So why is it Scootaloo is being suspected of murder?
First, the victim's body was found 10 feet from where a large pool of Scootaloo's blood was found, presumably where she had collapsed before John Smith brought her back to the hospital. Second, the murder weapon was found on the scene and has Scootaloo's hoof print on it.
Scootaloo ran away from the hospital with her child, correct?
Correct.
Then at what point did Scootaloo manage to bring together hooves on a weapon?
That answer also comes with the murder weapon. Through some research, we were able to determine that the owner of the weapon had to be John Smith.
Rebel, 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 rebel.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Warden, are you saying that John Smith and Scootaloo conspired to commit murder?
That's what the evidence would suggest, Your Honor.
Well then, do you have John Smith in custody?
We have been unable to get him into custody.
What? How come?
Truthfully, he seems to just disappear. Seems to have just disappeared.
Disappear? What do you mean?
We have evidence to suggest that he is capable of dimensional hopping. We're not entirely sure how he achieves this, but as far as we can tell, he has not yet returned to our dimension. We cannot bring to custody a pony who doesn't exist here.
I don't quite understand.
Then I'll put it this way. We've exhausted all of our resources and are unable to catch him. However, we are still hunting him down and plan to bring him to justice. But for the time being, we can put his accomplice on trial.
Very well then. The court now accepts the murder weapon as evidence.
What the? Oh, for hooves. Gotcha. Gun was fired twice, has Scootaloo's hoof print on it, found at the scene of the crime. Gun added to the court record. I can't believe this. What's Warden thinking? He's handing this case to the prosecution. I thought he was on our side. Sandy, please, you have to keep in mind that the Warden has a job to do. He is on our side, but he has to give us all the facts as they are. It's up to us to find out the truth from those facts. He knows that better than anyone. I don't like this at all. Just calm down, let's hear everything out. Alright, thanks Phoenix. I've calmed down. Let's hear the rest of what they have to say. I'm glad you've calmed down. Despite me saying that, I'm a nervous wreck over here. Alright, Warden, if what you say is true, then what was Scootaloo's motive? Well, Warden, may I remind you that you are in the court. Tell them what her motive was.
Very well. We believe the motive to be revenge.
Huh? What possible reason could Scootaloo have for revenge?
Because the victim was Clearwater. Raincatcher.
Oh, snap. That's the cult who knocked up Scootaloo. That's her. That's Raincatcher. That's his mother. Ooh, wow. I'm not familiar with either of these ponies. How are they related to my client?
Raincatcher is
Yep, there it is.
Raincatcher is the father of Scootaloo's child.
What? You foolish fools thinking. You foolish fools who were so foolish to think the fools could be more than fools. This case was shut before it even opened. Scootaloo wanted revenge on Raincatcher for getting her pregnant, so she killed his mother. Case closed. Oh, that bow.
I must say, this does seem like a rather clear-cut case. I don't see any contradictions.
Excuse me, but I have to ask something important.
What's that?
You claim that Scootaloo murdered Miss Clearwater. Tell me, when exactly are you claiming she killed her? You fool! You foolish fool with foolish words. It's right here at the autopsy. She was killed 3 months ago when Scootaloo ran off with her child. Well then, do you think it's time to end this farce of a trial? Ah! The only farce here is your own words. I do not make false claims. But what you're saying is impossible. And why exactly is that? Because I've seen her talk with Clearwater well after that incident. Oh, she was alive less than a month ago. Oh. Even the judge is like, Sandy, that's impossible. What do you mean it's impossible? She was alive, plain as day. She was working at the attorney's office. She sent Scootaloo's birthday gift. I've seen the proof sitting at home that she did. Ah! Stop that! If you had evidence to valuable to this trial, you should have brought it with you instead of leaving it at home. You should have known this was a murder trial the entire time, you foolish fool. Stop wasting this court's time with make-a-believe story. Why, you're the one spreading the lies in this court!
That will be quite enough of your outbursts, Miss Wolves. This court only accepts confirmed and relevant evidence to this case. Warden, can you please confirm the time of death for Miss Clearwater? Yes. What Franziska and the autopsy report say are true. Miss Clearwater died April 5th, the same day Scootaloo ran off with her son.
Warden!
There you have it. The police have Miss Clearwater's body and prove that she was murdered on April 5th. We'll move the trial forward for the following evidence.
No, you can't. This is wrong. Sandy, listen to... I don't know who you were, but it clearly couldn't have been Clearwater. But it was Phoenix. There was no doubt about it. I know for 100% in fact it was her. But how could the police have her body? They would have made a mistake that big. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But I do know one thing. Not only could Scootaloo not have done it, but she was definitely alive after that date. Then we should focus on Scootaloo's incident first. They're not going to listen to any theory that Clearwater was still alive without any hard proof. And we don't have that right now. I didn't bring it because I never thought it'd be relevant to this case. Then we just have to work with what we have. If Scootaloo's innocent, then their story should be full of contradictions. We just have to focus on finding them. Alright, I trust you, Phoenix. Prove Sandy. Prove Scootaloo's innocent.
Returning to Warren's testimony, I don't remember any flaws in it. It was a perfect testimony.
Exactly. You foolish fools with your foolish ideas. This case is already closed. Hey! We haven't even had a chance to cross-examine yet.
Do you really think there's the reason to?
Well... Nope! No way, Your Honor. We have to cross-examine, Your Honor. If you don't take the facts as they are, then we might miss something important. You foolish fool with your foolish ideas and foolish plans to make you fools. Your aide has made you as crazy as she is. Your cross-examination will only waste time. Even if that's true, I demand we have a chance to look at all the evidence and all the facts.
Very well. You must not look over any detail. Witness, please testify about the evidence.
Evidence against Scootaloo.
We began the search at 6 a.m. At 7:30 a.m., Clearwater was shot once in the head, most likely by Scootaloo. At 8:15, John Smith brought Scootaloo back injured. She received immediate medical attention. At 10:10 a.m., the victim's body was discovered. Yes, I do believe that covers most of the important details. Yep, case closed. I still don't see any problems with that testimony, but defense may cross-examine if they'd like.
We would, Your Honor. I've got to find a contradiction in his statement somewhere. If I don't, this case is done for. Here we go. We began the search at 7 a.m. Holding! How big was the search party you gathered?
By 6 a.m., I had gathered 8 opponents to help the search.
They sure assembled quickly.
The town takes missing pony folk cases very seriously, especially ones involving children. Not a whole lot of crime usually happens in this town, so they're quick to act.
How was the search organized?
Ponies split off into groups of 2 to search specific areas we have mapped out with the Pegasi overhead to keep a lookout. Of course, some parties decide to split up and cover more ground. I usually end up yelling at them later for that, though.
You have a lot of ponies to yell at that day. How many ponies are the one I had to tell you is completely irrelevant to this case. What's important is that they started the search at 6 a.m. What happened next, Warden? She was awfully quick to keep me from asking questions. Maybe I should press harder. Or not.
At 7:30 a.m., Clearwater was shot once in the head, most likely by a scootaloo.
Hold it! And you're sure it was Scootaloo that shot her?
The murder weapon was found near Clearwater's body with Scootaloo's hoof print on it. This leads us to believe that she was the one who shot Clearwater.
And you say she was given the weapon by John Smith?
Correct.
But John Smith had no reason to give Scootaloo a weapon. We have evidence to prove that John Smith has been tampering with the adoption registration paperwork. And he is the pony who took the baby and gave it to the current home it's living in. His motivation keeping it there for his own purposes. Oh, that Balgan.
That makes sense. Objection sustained.
Continue with your testimony, Warden.
At 8:15, John Smith brought Scootaloo back injured. He received medical attention.
Hold it! She received immediate medical attention.
Yes. Apparently, she'd been well enough to run away, but the continued stress and strain of physical activity eventually opened the stitches, who began to bleed profusely. When that happened, John Smith quickly bandaged her up and then brought her back to the hospital.
So, he had helped her to commit murder and then bandaged her up and brought her to the hospital?
That's what the evidence says. Correct.
I refuse to believe any of this is true. Something about that does seem wrong. It has to be wrong. We just have to prove that it is. Maybe there's some evidence that contradicts this story.
10 a.m., the victim's body was discovered.
Hold it! Who discovered the body?
We did a head count after the search was finished. Clearwater didn't show up, so we sent the Pegasi to look for her. They found her shortly afterwards.
It was that easy to find her?
Unlike Scootaloo, we knew the general direction she had been. It didn't take long to follow her tracks.
That's the entire testimony. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I don't know if there's anything wrong with it. Yep, we give up. Well, we have to keep trying. This isn't just about Scootaloo being a mother anymore. Her entire life is on the line. Right. We'll keep pressing. Maybe we can find something wrong with the testimony. Okay, so if we're going with basic Phoenix Wright logic, we gotta find a statement that something we can contradict. So, again, search 6 a.m. Can't really contradict that. That one, maybe. Okay, can't contradict anything there. Let's see, okay. John Smith's gun was fired twice, has Scootaloo whose prints on it found at the scene of the crime. Okay. That's a cool design though. Let's see, who do we got? I gotta read the profiles. Okay, Phoenix Wright, age 24, defense attorney, warden hired. Cindy Hooves, age 39, gender female, adopted mother of Scootaloo, age 14, gender female, mother of Lightning Blitz. Fun Karma, 18, female prosecutor, Lightning Blitz, age 2.25, newborn son of Scootaloo. Warden. 29, gender, male public safety officer, Ponyville. Age, John Smith, da-da-da. Found Scootaloo in the forest, very hard to get hold of. Clearwater, 39, female former ADA. And victim in case. Okay. Okay, so it's obviously this one, but just for fun, let's see. This proves that the witness was lying.
It does?
It does, doesn't it?
I'm going to have to give you a penalty for that.
What? Oh, come on, you can't just bring up the you can't just bring up the penalty meter all of a sudden. I didn't know I was gonna be penalized for that. Oh, come on. I need to be more careful with what I present. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, let's look at the evidence again. Let's see. I guess it's just the gun then, since it was fired twice. This where the witness is lying.
It does?
It does, doesn't it?
I'm going to have to give you a penalty for that.
Oh my god, you only get 4 penalties? I need to go. I don't know. There's really no evidence to contradict. You can't really contradict any of these statements with the evidence we have. Okay, you know, we have that in the evidence report. We can't prove otherwise. There's no evidence that can prove otherwise. The only thing that could be contradicted in that statement is the fact that, yeah, the gun was fired twice. There's nothing to contradict time-wise. Dude, you broke your own game. You can't. This game is logically not winnable. So it is like Turnabout. Turnabout Big Top. Okay, the only other piece of evidence I presented is the gun. So I am really curious to see how this. I can't see this. Let me just clear up a few details. You said that Scootaloo got the gun from John Smith, correct? Correct. So let's think about the scenario for a moment. John Smith gave Scootaloo his gun. Then Scootaloo shot Clearwater when Clearwater was found. Yeah, so they're still not contradicting anything. Then Scootaloo's surgical wounds opened up and John Smith bandaged up Scootaloo. Then John Smith brought Scootaloo back to the hospital. Why are you wasting the court's time by repeating what we already know, Mr. Wright? Because don't you think it's strange? There was nothing strange about this testimony. Is this a foolish fool for thinking there is? Then tell me, Francisca, if he had all that time, why did he get rid of the gun? I guess. Oh, that's a stretch. Oh, baby, that's a stretch. Oh, my boobies. It clearly says here that the weapon was found at the scene of the crime. However, John Smith is a very hard pony to get a hold of. As I understand it, he's not even under arrest because of this. If he had taken the gun back or even hidden it somewhere, we'd have no evidence that Scootaloo was the shooter. Rebel.
Order! Order! My word, Mr. Wright. That was some contrived shit, wasn't it? Are you suggesting that the gun was planted to frame Scootaloo?
Objection! This is absurd! Who knows why he left the gun there? Perhaps he panicked when Scootaloo's wounds opened. That seems unlikely, Miss Von Karma. This weapon was as coordinated as you're implying, and that would have taken the gun into account. This would have been a major oversight linking them to the crime.
Miss Von Karma? Do you have anything to say that disproves Mr. Wright's claims?
Heh. You foolish fool who's foolish with your own foolish words of a fool. I already told you we should not make such a bold claim without proof.
Oh, your proof? Then would you please share it?
Oh, please be a photograph. Feast your foolish eyes on... Wow.
What does this convict Scootaloo exactly?
Take a closer look, Judge. There on the ground by Clearwater's hoof.
It's,
Hair... Oh, her hair clip. That hair clip belongs to Scootaloo.
Oh! Oh!
This picture not only puts Scootaloo at the scene of the crime, but that she left things behind. It could not have been left there without her.
But that doesn't explain why John left the gun behind.
How should I know? Perhaps something happened that made him forget about the gun. After all, Scootaloo was gravely injured. All I had to prove was that Scootaloo was here to commit the murder. You foolish fool with the foolish dreams and your foolish ambitions. I told you this case was already over.
Well, the court accepts this photo into evidence.
Photographed by Clearwater's body. So what does the foolish defense say now? Well, we can't deny the evidence the photo provides. I still feel like we're missing something important. What could we possibly be missing? Well, how about... animal influences? Yeah, well, I guess step on the paw, but... Okay, Phoenix, what are you thinking here? Animals could have tampered with the crime scene. This is why you are a fool. If animals had tampered with the crime scene, we would have evidence suggesting it. However, there are no animal traces at the scene. Really? Keep the court on subject, you foolish fool. Fine. Well, how about... Okay, let's go wrong evidence. What if we have the wrong evidence? Was that spelled wrong? And how exactly would we do that? By, dimension hopping! Excuse me. What if all our evidence is from an alternate dimension, where everything's happened differently? Because John Smith hopped different dimensions, interfered? That is absurd, and you are absurd for singing that. Try again, you fool. Alright. Well, how about... found Scootaloo. How did Clearwater find Scootaloo? Excuse me. If you remember, Warren had to form a search party. Obviously, Clearwater ended up in the search party. But if that's true, how did she know where Scootaloo was? As it stands, we're to believe Scootaloo and John planned to murder Clearwater when she found them. But how did Clearwater find Scootaloo?
Oh! That is a good point, Mr. Wright.
I think it's worth looking into this. If we know more about the search party, then we might be able to figure out how Clearwater found them in the first place.
Any objections, Miss Von Karma?
I'm certain this will do nothing but waste time. But you're so foolish to want to follow this, then go ahead. But we won't. I will have you punished if you waste the court's time. Right. Warren, if you please, testify about the search party itself.
Very well.
The search party.
At 5:30 a.m., I went around town and gathered the search party. By 6 a.m., I had 80 different ponies ready to look for Scootaloo. I grouped the ponies into groups of 2 and sent them off to search. We were kept up to date with Pegasi covering the air. Search continued till Scootaloo was found at 8:15 a.m.
See now, you fool. Just a waste of time repeating information we already know. She's right. There really wasn't anything new in there. I know, but we're gonna have to press for more information. I'm sure we'll find something to work with.
The defense may begin with its cross-examination.
Here we go.
At 5:30 a.m., I went out of town to search party.
Hold it! How did you gather the search party?
When I received the call, I made a few calls myself. I called anyone I knew who would be willing to help the search, and asked them to get anything they knew out of it would be willing to help. Then I told them to meet me in front of the hospital by 6 a.m.
And this is effective at gathering a search party?
As I said before, town is very willing to help the search for missing ponies, especially children.
So, how many did you manage to gather?
6 a.m. I had 80 different ponies ready to look for Scootaloo.
Hold it! Did you know all of them personally?
First ponies I called were the ones I'm personally familiar with, and I do make it a habit to try and know as many ponies in this town as I can. However, there are a few that I was not familiar with on a personal level.
Do you think not knowing them might have hindered the search in any way?
Everyone in the search party was known by someone else, someone who knew them very, very well. So I don't know any of the ponies who gather around here to search.
Would you like to get to know them on a more personal level? What the witness wants to do with his personal time is irrelevant to the case. All that matters is that he gathered 80 ponies to search for Scootaloo. Tell us what happened next, Warden.
Group the ponies into groups and set them off to search.
Hold it! You group them into pairs of 2.
Yes, it was to ensure no pony got lost or hurt while searching. It also allowed the possibility that if Scootaloo was hurt, for one to stay with Scootaloo while the other got help.
So, out of the 80 ponies you gathered, you had 40 search parties looking for Scootaloo.
That is correct.
Who was Clearwater paired with?
Pokey.
Ooh. That seems like very important to know. Warren, that seems like significant information! Would you please add it to your testimony?
Certainly.
F5. Oh. Damn it, David different. Clearwater paired up with Pokey Pierce. Okay. There we go. Hold it! She was teamed with Pokey Pierce.
Correct.
Any particular reason she was paired up with him?
They seemed to know each other well, so I figured I'd do well to search them together.
Did you notice something, Phoenix? Yeah, I think I did. Tell me, Warden, where was Pokey Pierce at the time of the murder?
According to the reports, he separated from Clearwater about 20 minutes before the murder took place.
Okay, 20 minutes. Okay, gotta remember that.
Spread out their search range. He lost track of the Clearwater and went deeper into the forest. He was found by a Pegasus when it was time to head back.
So there's absolutely no way of accounting for his whereabouts during the murder? Objection! You foolish fool with your foolish ideas and foolish attempts at being a fool. I already know where you're going with this, and I must remind you that there's no evidence suggesting Pokey Pierce was anywhere near the scene of the crime. If you're going to suspect him, you must provide evidence. Damn it, she's on to me. Now I can't ask her out. But I know I don't have any new evidence against Pokey right now. Maybe I can find something. But for now, I'll have to wait.
We were kept up to date with Pegasi covering the air.
Hold it! How did the Pegasi keep you up to date?
They would search the skies looking for any sign of Scootaloo, while also keeping an eye on the search parties. If Pegasi noticed that a search party had found something, they would be the fastest to give me the information. There I could coordinate with what to do next.
Were the Pegasi grouped into pairs of 2 as well?
Sort of.
Sort of.
I picked a few pairs of Pegasi to search the air. Once in the sky, they scattered to search more of the area. I was okay with them separating since they could keep an eye on each other in the sky.
I suppose that makes sense. What did you do next?
Search continued till Scootaloo was found at 8 a.m.
Hold it! So you asked for everyone to return?
Yes, I told the peg side to gather everyone back while I ensured Scootaloo would be okay.
So, you made sure Scootaloo was okay, then came outside and did a head count?
Yes, Scootaloo was going to surgery and I needed their reports. I also needed to ensure that everything was okay.
So, did you do anything else?
I yelled at anyone who separated or got lost from their partner for reckless behavior, but it was just a slap on the wrist.
That is enough. You're wasting the squad's time. What? But we weren't even finished! It's foolishly obvious that you are grasping at straws. You have no evidence that contradicts this testimony. This case is not over.
I must agree with Miss Von Karma. All the evidence shows that Scootaloo murdered their victim. Yep, absolutely no room for any type of, any type of surprise endings. Nope, this is 100% straightforward.
No, this can't be. None of this should be happening. We were so close to catching a lead.
I've seen enough evidence to hand down my verdict based on all the evidence presented to court.
What? But you're not allowed to press everything here, I guess. Wait, where's it gonna be? Wait! Oh, please be Larry Butts.
What?
What? Huh? Oh, Rainbow Dash! Wow, that was surprising. I didn't see that one coming. Oh, is that excited attorney dance? Hold everything! I demand a chance to testify!
Miss Dash, what is the meaning of this? I've never had this happen in my court before.
I have important evidence for the trial. You have to let me testify. Arr! What is the meaning of this, you fool? Don't foolishly barge into the trial where you're not wanted, you foolish fool. Get off your high horse. My testimony can flip this entire trial on its head. Ah! Stop that!
These types of interruptions only ever seem to happen while you're in the court, Mr. Wright.
I assure you, it's just a coincidence. Oh, God. A real lucky coincidence for me.
Miss Dash!
Yo, what's up, Judgy? Gone swimming lately?
Are you absolutely certain your testimony will add relevant information to this case?
You bet. I just can't sit here and let you convict Scootaloo if I know she didn't do it.
Very well. I'm going to allow you to give your testimony.
This is absurd. You're all just foolish fools. I'm just grateful that this delaying the trial. All right, Rainbow Dash, show me what you got. You're my last chance to get some evidence to use against Franziska. Okay, what Dash saw. I was searching everywhere, and I was really worried about Scoots. Of course, I was checking in the back with the warden every 30 minutes or so. But that's when I saw him. Clearwater and Pokey pierced together in the forest. After I saw them search for a bit more, I checked back with the warden. Come on, Judge, blink again. Blink again, Judge. Eh. What? What are y'all looking at me for? Why is every pony? Oh, you said everyone instead of every pony. Oh, yeah, this game is terrible now. Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, I'm done. I flipped the table. Why is every pony staring at me like that? You are a fool.
There really wasn't anything in the testimony to prove Scootaloo innocent.
What? Hey, come on. My testimony should have been enough. That didn't prove anything, Miss Dash, just so you can run your mouth.
Well, I think I can safely say that this has been a waste of time.
Hey, it wasn't a waste of time. Let him cross-examine me, damn it! Cross-examine what? There was nothing to cross-examine.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you see any possible reason for there to be a cross-examination?
Nope. Try all over. Well, she seems pretty determined that her testimony is important. If I press for more information, I might be able to find something to work with. Anything to keep Skula from being found guilty. Your Honor, I think it's worth cross-examining her testimony. Ah! Ah! You foolish fool, it's your foolish ideas. Even I can see that you're just stalling for time. Even if that's true, Francisca, we have to find all the facts. If we miss even one piece of information, it would make a mockery of this court.
And Lord knows that never happens in my court. I would never allow it. Very well, Mr. Wright. I will allow you to cross-examine the witness. But I'm warning you. You better find something useful out of this testimony.
Yup. Yes, sir. It's now or never then. Is this going to be one of those testimonies where I only have one chance to press everything? Let's see. Alright, let's test that, see if that works. Searching everywhere else, where all that scoots. What do we got? He went through the time and effort to make all these, so let's see. So Skula isn't important to you? Yeah, man, she's like a sister to me. We've been close for a while, even if we don't hang out all that much. I'd do anything for her. Even kill for... Oh. Really, Phoenix? Yes, I'm sure on another dimension this helps out her testimony entirely, but yeah. What? Whoa, hey now! Let's not get carried away! I may be loyal, but I never murdered any pony. Sorry. Oh, Phoenix, you idiot. So, you were looking for Skulu, right? Yeah, I was. Of course, I was checking back with the ward every 30 minutes or so. Something tells me it's gonna be this one. Hold it! Why were you checking back in every so often? I wanted to see if there would be heard any new information. I'm the fastest flyer in Ponyville, so I can search and check back quickly. How are you keeping track of the time? Ward. Every time I came back to give a report, he list off the time when I did. He liked that I was keeping my rounds punctual for his report, so I did my best to stick to 30. Minute sweeps. And you were able to keep to it? I was admit or so off sometimes, but not enough to make a big deal. Yeah, that's gonna be the deciding factor, isn't it? It's always a minute off in Phoenix, right? It's just easier to say 30 minutes. Makes sense. What happened next? Well, I was flying around continuing to look, but that's when I saw them. Hold it! Oops, bump my mic. Who did you see? Stop interrupting me and I'll tell you already! Oh, sorry. Even in this universe, he's whipped. Clearwater and Pokey Pierce together in the forest. Hold it! You saw Clearwater and Pokey Pierce in the forest? You're damn right I did. Plain as day. Did they stand out to you for any reason? Did they stand out to you? Oh, God. Sometimes it's hard to keep so many voices intact. Nah, not particularly. I just noticed. Well, why did you notice them? Because I was looking for a pony and they were... Did you see them again after that? Actually, no, I didn't. You didn't? Did you see the other search group several times after that? Yeah, all kind of stood out, calling out Skulu's name and searching in a wide range. I didn't see those two again after that. Interesting. So, what happened next? After I... And I saw them searching, I searched for a bit more, check back with the warden. Let's see. So, you saw and went back to the warden? Yeah, I was giving him the 30-minute report he was asking for. How long did it take you to get back to the warden after seeing them?
Only about 10 minutes.
Do you remember the time you got back?
I do, actually. I got back at 7:30. Oh.
5 minutes after the murder. What is it, Phoenix? Something about that seems important. You got that? Player, that's important. Dash, could you add that to your testimony?
Sure thing, pal.
I was searching everywhere. I was really worried about. Really? You couldn't? That's what I don't like. It's when you add it to testimony, just take me there. There we go. You're sure about the time?
Sure as can be.
You're sure you only searched for 10 minutes before coming back?
Do I have to repeat myself? I said I'm sure.
You look like you figured something out. Not quite, but I'm certain I'm on the right track. Bully Mia could help me out. I just need the right evidence to prove it. Well, if we have it, present it. It's just a matter of which one it is. Okay, yeah. I got back to learn. Presenting! You know what? Let's take a look at the picture. Can I see the picture? Yeah, there we go. There we go. I was looking for check earlier. Looks like Anthony C. Okay, I don't see anything out of the blue. Let's see. There's a ribbon. Shot in the head. Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see any odd in the picture yet. Anyway. And objection! Miss Dash, I need to be absolutely certain with me. You only spent about 10 minutes searching after you spotted Clearwater and Pokey Piers?
Absolutely certain.
And you're absolutely sure the time you got back at the warden was 7:35?
I've never been more certain about anything in my life.
Then clearly we have a contradiction! Sorry, I'm dancing right now. Come on, admit it. You're all dancing to this right now. You're all dancing. Everyone do the fresh dance. Okay, here we go. What are you babbling about, you fool? Take another look at this autopsy report, Francisca. What's about? My boobies. So, you've seen it.
What is the contradiction you're talking about, Mr. Wright?
Well, Your Honor, the autopsy report says that Clearwater was cleared at 7:30 a.m. Rainbow Dash returned at 7:35 a.m., having only spent 10 minutes flying. That means she saw Pokey Pierce with Clearwater at 7:25! But the prosecution claims Pokey Pierce had separated from the Clearwater 20 minutes prior to the murder. But now we have evidence proving Pokey Pierce was with her right before the murder. Ooh, rubble.
My word! This blows Pokey Pierce's alibi out of the water.
Ha! I told you I'd turn its trial on its head. Yeah, I had to painfully extract every last drop of info out of you. Your Honor, we have proven that Pokey Pierce could have been at the scene of the crime. I demand that he be brought forth and testify about what happened today.
Miss Francisca, do you have anything to say?
I cannot dispute the defense's foolish claims, as foolish as they may be. What's foolish about them? Regardless, we agree. Let's bring Pokey Pierce forward so we may testify.
Very well. Bailiff, please fetch Pokey Pierce.
Oh, I hate this guy. I hate you so much. If you guys have ever read Rainbow Dash Academy, you know why we should all hate this guy right now. State your name on occupation. Oh, see, even right now. Oh, I hate this guy so much. You know what? I'm gonna give him a funny voice just to insult him.
You woke me from my sleep for this. Ah!
Name und Occupation.
Jeez, alright. My name is Pokey Pierce. I worked at the tattoo and piercing building in Ponyville.
Testifies to the court what you was doing on April 5th.
What? I was out searching for Scooter, you know that. Ah!
I did not ask you for lip, you foolish fool. I told you to testify. Now do so and be detailed as possible.
It's fine. Though I don't see what the point is.
The point is you're trying to frame Scootaloo for murder. I just have to prove it. Pierce's whereabouts.
Well, one got us all in the form of search party. He paired me up with Clearwater. And he started looking. After a while, we weren't finding anything. So I suggested we split up to cover more ground. So I was separated and I got lost in the forest. Eventually, Pegasus found me and I met back with the warden.
That wasn't a very detailed testimony at all.
Hey, what do you want from me? That was 3 months ago.
Very well.
Fence, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. I know you did it, Pokey. I just have to prove it. Well, Warren got us all the former search party. Hold it! When did the warden gather you all?
Too damn early in the morning. I was drinking some moonshine, yep.
You don't remember exactly what time?
Sun was coming up, so, I don't know, 6 or 7. I wasn't paying attention.
Don't you think that time is important? And I bumped the bike again.
Not really. Herp-a-derp.
Are you sure it wasn't important?
I told you it wasn't important.
You absolutely sure? Objection! Stop answering the witness, you fool. He's already answered the question. Explain what happened next.
You didn't pair me up with the Clearwater.
Hold it! Are you unsure of who he paired you with?
No, it was definitely Clearwater.
You seem hesitant.
Just trying to remember all the details clearly. It was 3 months ago.
Well, why were you paired with Clearwater?
Probably because we were chatting right before the search officially began.
What were you talking about?
Old times. Me and Clearwater were friends back in the day. Used to race monster trucks.
You're not friends anymore?
You could say that, I suppose. She found a husband and was raising a family. I went on to open my tattoo piercing business. We stopped having time for each other, really.
Did you two used to be close? Quote, unquote.
I'd say so.
Alright, what happened next?
Then we started looking.
Hold it! Where did you go looking?
Into the ever-free forest.
Weren't you worried about the creatures in there?
Who isn't? But Warren had the reason to believe that she was in there, so she sent 2 of us.
Did you find anything?
Well, we were searching for some time, but after a while we weren't finding anything.
Hold it! So, you didn't find anything?
Nothing but plants and bugs. Yep.
Are you certain you didn't find anything?
Sure do like to repeat yourself, don't you?
Fine. What did you decide to do after you found nothing?
Well, we weren't having any luck finding Scootaloo. Our stitch split up cover more ground.
Hold it! Why did you decide to split up?
Cover more ground, I just said that, you nitwit.
Isn't the Everfree Forest dangerous? Wouldn't it have made more sense to stick together?
We were looking for her last filly. If she was lost in the Everfree Forest, she wouldn't have been in more danger than one of us alone.
Still, there are already a lot of ponies searching for the Pegasi in the sky. Did you really think it was a good idea to split up?
At the time,
Yes. All right, so you decided to split up. Then what?
so we separated, and then I got lost in the forest.
What time did you get separated?
I don't know, 7:10.
Yeah, that's about right. You're not certain?
Well, Clearwater had a watch, but we weren't checking it very often. You know, looking for a filly and all. You're out of...
In your alibi, you said you were separated from Clearwater 20 minutes before the murder. If you weren't sure of the time, how did you know it had been 20 minutes?
Well, we had occasionally been checking the time, just near constantly. We separated, I figured it was close to 7:10. Cop said she was murdered at the 7:30, right? So that means we separated 20 minutes prior.
Sorry, but that's incorrect. Oh, snap.
Huh? According to an eyewitness, you were spotted still with Clearwater at 7:25.
So this way you was found temporal. This means you couldn't have been separated from her 20 minutes prior to the murder! Rebel.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Pierce, what do you have to say about this? That I was wrong.
What?
I just figured the time was 7:10. Never said I actually knew for sure. I just figured it was 20 minutes.
What?
Sorry about that. Seems I've been separated from Clearwater for 5 minutes, not...
Oh, you are lying through your teeth.
Mr. Pierce, you will amend this to your testimony. Yeah, I do, Judge. Yep.
Wait, I don't want to read it. I don't want to read this yet. Hold on. I'm going to press the last statement. No, that was the last statement. Separated and then it got lost. Of course. Eventually, Pegasus found me and went back and forth. Okay, there we go. So, you were just wandering around until then?
Pretty much. I mean, it's hard to do much when you're lost in the forest.
Didn't Warden ask you where Clearwater was?
He did. And I told him he gotten separated in the forest. He proceeded to yell at me for that, then he sent the Pegasus for her. Go find her.
Did they find her quickly?
Well, I hear took her almost 2 hours to find her. Warren was more worried about school at the time. He didn't think Clearwater was hurt, just lost.
Makes sense. This guy is slimy. I don't trust him. I know what you mean, but we have to find something evidence against him. Otherwise, Scooby will be convicted. Can't let that happen. Let's find the contradiction in his testimony. Okay, there we go.
Get lost. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get lost in that forest and not careful.
So, you were wandering around looking for Clearwater?
Not at first, I was just searching as usual. Once I realized I couldn't see or hear her, I went looking for her.
Did you try retracing your steps?
Isn't that the normal thing to do?
But you didn't find her by doing that?
It's not easy to trace your steps in the forest.
You didn't hear anything to tell her your location? Not at all. Yeah, the first time I tried that, for some reason, that did not amend the testimony for whatever reason. But yeah, I know. The gun. Objection! Let's make this clear. You were only separated from Clearwater for 5 minutes prior to her murder. You're also lost and looking for Scootaloo, correct?
Oh, that is correct. What's your point there, Sonny Jim?
He wasn't hear anything, correct?
Yes, get to the point.
You don't think it's strange that you didn't hear anything?
What? Why would that be strange?
Well, when you're lost, usually the first thing you try to do is try to retrace your steps. You also don't usually try to make reckless moves. And if you're looking for someone, don't usually rush it. You don't usually rush by your shirts in case you're miss clues.
You're giving me a migraine with your words. Can you make a point already?
My point, Mr. Pierce, is that even if you had only been lost for 5 minutes, you should have heard something. Cows. Something very loud and very distinct.
What are you? Hey.
Mr. Pierce, you should have heard the gunshot that were Clearwater fairly clearly. So why was the gunshot missing in your testimony? Rebel.
Order! Order! Mr. Pierce, how do you explain the missing sound?
Uh-oh, are we gonna see his break? Aw.
Sorry about that. I forgot.
Huh?
It's been a while. My memories become fuzzy. I do remember a loud sound now.
I see, so you forgot about it. Testify to the court once more. And this time, try not to forget any important details.
Of course.
Hearing the gunshot.
Oh, I remember now. I did hear the gunshot. I didn't know it was a gunshot at the time. There was just a very loud bang in the forest. I thought it was a wild animal. So I moved away from the sound. That's what happened. I swear.
So you thought it was a wild animal? The Everfleet does have some very dangerous creatures. One of them could have made a loud bang. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine now.
Gladly, Your Honor.
Oh, I remember now. I did hear the gunshot.
Why didn't you tell us about this sooner?
Why would you be patient for just a minute? I'm getting to that. I did hear the gunshot. I didn't know it was a gunshot at the time.
How could you not recognize a gunshot?
I've never heard one in person before. I didn't recognize it. It was a gunshot.
I find that very unlikely. Objection! Oh my god, the frame rate's ridiculous now. You foolish fool, he explains why he's interested in his testimony. Let him finish.
Yeah. There was this very loud bang in the forest.
Hold it! Just a loud bang.
Yeah, there was no denying I heard a loud bang.
No cries for help or anything.
There were. They must have been muffled by the trees.
Why didn't you report this immediately?
You idiot, that's because... I forgot. I thought it was a wild animal, so I moved away from the sound.
Hold it! You expect me to believe an animal would go... I could make an obvious joke, but I feel like I'm above that.
I thought it had knocked down a tree or some kind of intimidating roar. How should I know? I'm not an expert on ever-free creatures. It could have been a dragon for all I knew.
A gunshot never even crossed your mind?
Not once.
What? Wait. Wait, that was a different. Was that a different color? Whoa! What? 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 Wait! Whoa! What? What is? Okay, that was weird. I was like, I'm pressing her. Most likely, but we can't just blindly accuse him of being a liar. We have to find a contradiction in his story. Well, find it already! Getting sick of looking at him. Okie dokie. Okay, he's lying through his teeth, but yeah, okay. You can't contradict that. Okay. Still have no new evidence, and it's just the gun. Okay, it's gotta be the gunshot that one of these. Oh, right. Just because there was just the one bang. Okay, that one wasn't too bad. Okay, yeah, 'cause he says one bang, but there were two gunshots. Objection! Oh, yeah, here we go. Sorry, Pokey, but that story isn't gonna fly either.
What's wrong with it? It's flawless.
Nearly flawless. But I'm afraid the bang is your downfall.
Oh? Tell me how exactly.
Your testimony clearly states that you only heard one bang. However, the gun was fired twice! You should have heard the two gunshots!
My word! You're correct, Mr. Wright. Witness should have heard that two got two bangs.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself, Pokey?
You see,
Objection! This fast has gone on long enough, Mr. Wright. Excuse me? You keep going on about what the witness remembers of the day, trying to link him directly to the murder. However, you have yet to prove any sort of conclusive evidence that says he was the one who committed the murder.
Hey, yeah, she's right.
The witness was right there when the murder occurred. He even admitted to hearing a gunshot. He should have heard it. Heard the second one. I think it's important that we know the full story. And so around in store circles and some more. Mr. Wright, conjecture in court can't be sustained without solid proof. Tell me, do you have some proof that links him directly to the crime? Is it gonna give you a question? Is it gonna give you a yes or no? Actually, I do. What? Fine, then present it. Present the proof that shows that Pokey Pierce would have known about the murder. There's no way Pokey is getting out of this one. He murdered Clearwater, I know it. There's one piece of evidence that links him directly to it. There is something else there. Something that should have made him more than just two bangs. What proves Pokey is guilty. I'm gonna save just in case. Oh, it's literally that. Okay. Alright, so obviously it is my attorney's badge! This is my proof, Your Honor.
I'll give you a penalty for that.
Oh, I figured this was gonna be the bad good ending split. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was gonna be the good bad ending split. Okay, never mind. Okay. Is that the attorney's badge? Not that. Can't track the gun to him. Profiles? Maybe because she was unconscious, so wait. If it's going down the path I think it's going down. Oh my god. The child? What about him? If you remember, Scootaloo ran away from the hospital with her newborn son. And he was found alongside Scootaloo in the forest. That means he was with her the entire time. Now tell me, what kind of reaction would a baby have had to hearing? Have to have a hearing loud gunshot. Disabled. Oh, my boobies. You catch on quick, Miss Von Karma. Take such a loud noise next to a child, they're gonna start crying. And if Mr. Pierce was easily close enough to hear the gunshot, he would have heard the baby crying as well. Oh, please break. If he was looking for Scootaloo and her child and he heard the child start crying, wouldn't he have immediately went to investigate or try to get help instead of running away or wandering around lost? So there you have it. Proof that if he wasn't involved with the crime, that he should have been aware of it. Well, what do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Pierce? Or should I say, Pokemon? Well, all right. I guess that can work. That was kind of a stretch to reach that conclusion, but
Did I kill Clearwater?
yeah.
You and I used to be so good together, you and I.
You know very well that what changed. You became a self-centered jerk. Or, wait, oh no, this is Clearwater.
You became a self-centered jerk while he cared about himself. You never even cared for me. Your honey, you never called.
You know it's not true. I always loved you.
Ha! What a joke. You said every dumb male who was willing to look at you.
You were different.
Oh, shut it. I left you for him because he was so much better of a man than you. Honey, you're a bum. You'll always be a bum.
You lie. You cheat. You scam. And we're...
Oh.
You lie, you cheat, you scam, and worst of all, when you need most, you leave. You're nothing but a bum. You've always been scum. I honestly can't believe what I ever felt for you.
So that's it, huh? You're just going to run me through the mud and leave me at that, huh?
I'll do it worse if you don't shut up and help me look.
Everybody, look at me.
What do you... gasp.
Oh, wait. Where?
My sheer coincidence, Scootaloo and her child would collapse right next to the...
Wait, where's the second gunshot? Second gunshot?
Since Scootaloo was the whole reason we had our fight, I decided to frame her. Using my magic, I put her hoof on the gun.
Oh, okay. So we get ballistics.
And fired it again. And I left her in my hair clip by the body.
I just have one question, though. How did you get John Smith's gun?
Doesn't that gun belong to him? Honestly, I just found it. Must have dropped it at some point and not realized it, so just took it for myself.
I see. Sir John Smith is cleared of suspicion as well. And I do believe the court has heard enough. Since the prosecution claims Scootaloo was an unfit mother to having committed murder, my decision covers both the murder and the custody. This court,
I don't know if you could do that, but whatever.
this court hereby finds the defendant Scootaloo not guilty.
Yay! Woo!
The court is now adjourned.
We did it. We beat the dragon. Ugh, frame rate's killing me. That was incredible, Mr. Wright. For a few moments, I was worried the prosecution had us. But you somehow managed to reveal the truth of everything. Well, thanks. Honestly, it comes with the job. The only question remaining on my mind is, how did Clearwater die 3 months ago? When I saw her less than a month ago. I mean, she even sent Scootaloo a birthday gift. She couldn't have been a ghost. Because I ain't afraid of no ghost. I don't know what to tell you, Sandy. Maybe it really was a ghost. Well, I can tell you for certain that Scootaloo may be off the hook, but I'm going to be looking into why this happened in the first place. Clearwater is supposed to be alive, and I know it. Well, I wish you luck in your investigation then. If you ever need an attorney again, I'd be willing to help. Thank you, Phoenix. I don't think today would have gone nearly as well if it was just me in there. I spent the last 3 months studying this case, and you blew it all out of the water in one day. It just goes to show that experience is better than book smarts. Oh, gosh. It also helps to have good intuition and a spirit that helps from beyond the grave. Even experience will only get you so far. I'm glad the warden called you, Phoenix. There's no doubt in my mind that we would have lost today if it wasn't for you. I'm just glad an innocent person wasn't blamed on someone else's wrongdoing. Mom! Scootaloo? Aww. My feels. Mom! I was so worried. I thought I was gonna be locked up forever. It's okay. Everything's okay now. You're not guilty, and you're free to be with Lightning whenever you want. Everyone wins. Two of them look so happy together. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy. I suppose this is a happy ending.
No.
What? That voice? Oh, why not?
How could this happen? We even hired the best prosecutor we could find, and we still lost.
You had it coming, Upper Crust. You treated Scootaloo like garbage, and then demanded that her child was yours. Do you even listen to yourself?
What? I only ever treated her like garbage when she was threatening the life of a child. Who can respect someone who puts a newborn's life in danger?
She wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for you. Whoa, what did I just get caught up into?
All I ever wanted was the best for my child. Why can't you understand that?
Why, you little... Sandy, wait. Huh? Scootaloo? What? Upper Crust, Jet Set. Why'd you start this case? My wife and I wanted to be parents.
But everywhere we went, we found children that weren't really seeing us as parents. So when we saw your adoption offer and you accepted, we were overjoyed. Our own child.
I got to hold him. He looked at me with those wonderful eyes. My heart, it melted. The only thing I wanted for him was to be happy.
You really cared about Lightning Blitz, don't you?
He hasn't left my mind in the 3 months that we've been having this battle.
Upper crust, jet set. Would you like to be Lightning Blitz's godparents? Oh, snap. What? Scootaloo, what are you doing? Think about it, Sandy. Would they really have done all this, spent all this time and money, if they didn't care about Lightning? They never talked about him as if he was a possession to own. They've always talked about him as if he was their son. Scootaloo, they just tried to have you framed for murder.
Hey, we had nothing to do with that. That was all the prosecutor's doing. She said that the evidence definitely showed Scootaloo had killed the mayor. If we had known it wasn't true, we wouldn't have canceled the whole time. The whole thing. Why do we parents not putting innocent Phillies in prison?
So what do you two say? Will you be his godparents?
I don't know what to say. I mean, we barely know you, and well, Sandy is right to an extent. We haven't treated you so harshly. Are you sure you want us?
I'd be honored if you'd accept. I know it's not the same as adopting him, but he'd still be important to you. Maybe you can find another mother to adopt from, or have a child of your own.
You know, I would, but I'd honestly like that. Thank you, Scootaloo. It's been an honor. Thanks, honey.
I can't believe it's come to this. Alright, fine. If Scootaloo's okay with it, then I am too. But listen to me. If you treat another mother the way you did Scootaloo, you'll be feeling Tartarus's wrath from me.
We promise. We're not used to dealing with commoners, just like the elite of Canterlot. You'll have to forgive us if we come off rude. It's just how things are in Canterlot.
Well, your manners could use some work, but all right. I'll start the paperwork to make you his official godparents. Sounds like everything's worked out just peachy. Seems that way. None of this would have been possible without you. I suppose now I have to figure out payment, right? Oh, just a kiss is fine. No need, this was a favor I owed the warden in the first place. This one's on me. You don't have to do that. Trust me, it's alright. No, please. I really need the money. I need it. I had this assistant, and she keeps buying hamburgers all the time, and she makes these really bad investments, and oh, don't, please just give me anything. That must have been some favor. What exactly did he do for you? Well, he managed to find a piece of evidence that turned the entire case around for me once. We would have lost that one too if not for him. Well, that sounds like the warden. Thanks again, Phoenix. If you need me again for any reason, feel free to give me a call. Call me, baby. Wait, something gonna happen? A strange murder and a custody case at the same time. This is one unusual case, that's for sure. Phoenix, compared to everything else you've ever... Alright, so that was the game. A short little game, but it was fun. 2 of those were really a stretch to find the contradictions for, but, you know, still a fun game. I check it out. Check out the Tumblr too. Again, that's Ask Motherly Scootaloo. That'll wrap things up for today. MasterCode, out.